Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Nerd Chronicles. This is your host, proud, lame, certified beta male, simp and giant, whatever it is, no game. The socially awkward nerd, Tristan Tate, speaking at your service. This following episode contains graphic content that could be uncomfortable to some viewers, that could be like disheartening, not safe for work, that type of ordeal. It could offend some viewers in some way without any intent at all. It could be strong language, it could be basically strong graphic scenes, however it may be. There will be an E that's actually placed onto the top label up on the YouTube set, and it can basically require either views for either minimum 13 up, or in some cases, depending on YouTube's policy, it could be 18 up or however it may be. Please take notice before we get on with the presentation. Alright, viewer discretion advised. Now let's get back to it.
Hey, you cheater, you're cheating. It's bang out the machete, boom in her face, and then grip her up by the neck. Like, shut up, bitch!
Yo, oh man, I just got some very juicy shit right now. I tell y'all, we have some very stunning new transcripts that's been going on with both Andrew and Tristan Tate right now up in Romania. Okay, and for those of you that don't even know, my name is Tristan Tate, the host of The Nerd Chronicles, the socially awkward nerd, the certified beta male, simp and giant, whatever it is, no game whatsoever. Still lagging a bit in other ways, basically presenting some breaking news that is in relation to Andrew Tate here, right? And both the Tate brothers are extremely vulnerable right now based on what I'm getting at this. So I'm reading this article coming from Gandul up in Romania, saying that there's shocking new transcripts from the Tate brothers case, saying, do you want me to be your slave or your wife? I didn't like that the girls called you our king. And this is coming from a woman that's actually stated, right? So this is one of the crazy stuff that's really went down. So ladies and gentlemen, let's go dig into this article together to see what the heck is going on. Dicot prosecutors who accuse brothers Andrew and Tristan Tate of human trafficking and rape have attached to the file of the transcript of a conversation that allegedly took place between Andrew and a young woman who arrived at the video chat studio in Pipera. The dialogue between the two captures the moment when the Brit asked the woman to tattoo his name, as he did with other women who ended up working for him as sex workers. Alright? And also informs her that she is his slave. Yo, oh my god. Yo, the odds are really stacked against him too, for real. And the other accusers, man. This shit is really fucking serious right now. This is literally no fucking joke whatsoever. Anyway. Shortly after being remanded in custody, brothers Andrew and Tristan Tate announced that to their lawyers that the allegations against them were not supported by evidence, and that Andrew's public statements inciting violence against women had only the role of turning him into a character. Are these your fucking alpha gurus right here? You know. Yet, evidence presented to the case by the Dicot prosecutors suggested that Andrew Tate was engaging in aggressive behavior on a regular basis. In this sense, Gandul came into possession of a transcript of a discussion that took place between Andrew Tate and a young woman who he was trying to integrate among the sex workers held in the building in Pipera where the video chat studio was operating. Right? And they have this little subsection here, girls on video chat called Andrew Tate our king. From the discussion, it appeared that the girl had been recruited by the lover boy method, and the Brit had managed to convince her that he intended to marry her. However, instead of living with her in his villa in Pipera, he lodged her at the video chat studio. There the man tried to convince her to tattoo his name as he had done with other girls, and told her that she was his slave. Andrew says, "You need a big hand slap on my name?" Girl number one says, "No tattoos, baby. I hate tattoos. They are cool on people, but not on me." Andrew says, if I told you to put my name on a tattoo, you would. So you better hope I don't want that, and I don't want it yet. Girl number 1 says, so do you don't want what I want? Andrew says, you want what I want. Girl says, again, that's a good thing. You don't want me to get a tattoo. Andrew says, yet it would be important to me, but first I need to see that you're worth it. You see? Girl number 2. How many girls already have your name? Andrew says, 2. Girl says, I think we need to focus more on our relationship than on external things. Andrew says, you will write something else, something nice. Girl says, I want to stay pure. Andrew says, pure women obey their men. I tell y'all, they're going to the extreme stuff, man. Andrew Tate says, where is my dinner? Girl says, baby, don't talk like that, please. You don't want to make you dinner, just wait for me to get to you. Andrew says, slave. Girl says, please. Another one, Andrew Tate says, belt. Girl says, you want me to be your slave or your wife? Andrew Tate says, you will do whatever I tell you, which is the same thing. If I choose a woman to be my wife, she will love me enough to let me tell her what I want. I will decide if she is a slave. She doesn't make the rules. I'm the man. I don't listen to complaints from women. Just trust me and shut up. Don't piss me off again today. It doesn't matter if I call you a slave. It matters that I can do if I want to do it without you being stupid. There are enough stupid women. If I want to accept, I got 10,000 options to choose from. Andrew Tate says again, you have to accept that you are mine forever, no matter what I do. And if you want me to behave more nicely, you convince me with tenderness. In the context of the discussion, Andrew Tate explains to his slave what the girls with whom he ended up living do in the studio. Andrew says, and they have a live show on TikTok that makes a lot of money. Girl says, then why does he have to work for Georgiana? They can do this on their own. Andrew says, no, they cannot. Not properly, not at top level. They have big teams behind them advertising them. They work on them 24 out of 24. Those girls make a lot of money. It's not an amateur job. Girl says, don't get mad. I'm just curious. I want to know why you brought me here to this house. If you respected me, you would have asked me first if I was okay with this. I thought I would come here and live with you. It's a little weird for me to see you make me hang out with girls who work for you, especially since you had a thing with one of them. A little bit of hidden communication up there. You told me that there was nothing between the two of you and that you take care of her like a brother. I'm not stupid. I know there was some more, and this little hidden communication there. That was in the past. You put me in the same house with your ex, who is still in love with you. I mean, for real. You know what? Andrew says, you're not listening to me. Girl says, I didn't like the fact that the girls called you our king. I mean, I don't like to share, but I knew you wanted this, and I did it for you. When hidden communication goes a little bit further down the line. And the article says, brothers Andrew and Tristan Tate, as well as Luana Alexandra Radu, third one, a former police officer at the police station 7, and the fourth is Georgiana Nagel, were remanded in custody 2 days before the new year. That's around December 30th, 2022. After being accused of having, in 2021, established a criminal group organized in order to commit the crime of human trafficking on the territory of Romania, but also of other countries such as the United States of America and Great Britain. God forbid, we don't know what's really going to happen with this whole case. If Andrew and the rest of the guys do get charged up in America and Britain, very, very strong chance that they could get extradited in both of those countries and tried. And whatever conviction comes by, they 6. If they are convicted in all of those, they're literally going to be serving time. Serious fucking time. Alright? The victims were then transported and housed in buildings in Ilfov County, where through acts of physical violence and psychological coercion, intimidation, constant surveillance, control, allegation of deaths, they were sexually exploited by members of the group. by being forced to engage in pornographic acts with a view to producing and disseminating such material via social media platforms, YouTube, TikTok, whatever it may be, and by being forced to perform forced labor in order to gain substantial financial benefits, millions, high value lifestyle, alpha male lifestyle as they call it, in the form of money obtained as a result of the materials being accused by users, according to the Die Cut. The Tate brothers, through their lawyers, and the two Romanian women, which contested the preventive arrest measure at the Bucharest Court of Appeal, which on Tuesday definitely decided that they should remain in custody. The judges considered their appeals unfounded. Eugen Vidinak, the lawyer of the Tate brothers, contested preventive arrest, saying all the details here, and they have their lawyers doing their little defense up there, that the prosecutors or the director for the investigation of organized crime and terrorism have no evidence to support their accusations, and that the whole file would only be based on a statement of one of the victims, a woman from the Republic of Moldova, and the director is basically Die Cop for short. The Tate brothers had their status changed from witnesses to suspects and from suspects to defendants on the evening of 29th December 2022. And take note, this was like an all year long investigation in 2022. The Tate brothers were first investigated in April. He wasn't charged then. He wasn't indicted at the time. 8 months later, after doing a very thorough investigation, they hemmed those brothers up, right? And this is the date by which they had witness status, so they would not have had the opportunity to study the prosecution file. The brothers were detained with a Die Cop. Prosecutor announced the status of defendants and issued a detention order, which says lawyer Eugen Vidinak. And they have the interview conducted with Gondil with and the Tate brothers lawyer up there that actually shows it, right? You have all of these ordeals here. This is insane. And again, because the trial is ongoing, I can't actually go forward and literally jump the gun because we don't know if they're innocent or guilty or not, but it's some very, 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 very serious shit and some serious odds is really going against those Tate brothers right now. Alright, that could be very, very difficult to get out of. And I'm actually going to show more videos actually explaining why in a bit. But I'll also dig into much more preventive measures as well, but I'm going to try to sum it up to all y'all that love this guy so much. Okay, and you believe whoever you want to believe, that's fine. But you see this here? This right here. Is this your alpha male guru? Your self-proclaimed high value male, right? Is this your alpha male guru right here? Homeboy right here. That's something I really want to ask y'all. Okay? Very, very fucking serious shit. Alright? And not only that, when you put yourself literally bragging on certain stuff, the more you brag, and you got all these folks watching, you can literally be very vulnerable when you least expect it. And I'm going to actually discuss more of this in the videos to come and related to this whole case here and actually dig more in detail into this. So be on the lookout for that. Golly, this shit is so fucking insane.
The truth is this. So I knew it was coming. I absolutely not knew it was coming because of how orchestrated it was. The only thing, and I'll state this at the beginning, the only reason I'm upset by being canceled is because I've expired one of my lives. Because first you get canceled, then they make up a reason to put you in jail. And if that fails, they kill you. So now I'm down to my last 2 lives, which is also why while I'm answering this question, I'm still being careful how I'm answering it. I'm not telling you
scary
everything.
Shit.
It's scary because they've given me the warning and I'm still running my mouth.
Yeah.
So that's scary.